Hey sewing friends, welcome to Hashtag Friday Sews. I have one fail to show you. It's not an epic fail, it's more like a wearable fail. You know how we have wearable toiles? Well, this is a wearable fail, I guess, but I'm still a little bit disappointed in it. I got tons of fabric and patterns to share with you, and then I have updates on our Zoom meetups. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to call them, because some of them are just sewing circle chit chats, and others were, we were sewing specific garments, and so maybe you guys want to join in. So I'll tell you about that here in a minute. But first, let me show you my fail, my wearable fail. It is the Arbor by Merchant & Mills that I made for my husband. It's like a shacket, and I made it out of a wool that I had bought to make the cashmere bomber jacket, but it didn't work out for me, so I thought I would make him this kind of shacket, like a jacket that he can wear. And I just have to do, I'm technically not finished. I need to do the buttonholes and buttons on it, but I did get the buttons on the little flaps here. And so I think this is going to really make a handsome jacket or shacket, whatever you want to call it. It's super warm. The wool is a nice high quality wool, and I have to say that, overall I'm really actually quite pleased with the look of this. I think it's a very handsome jacket, jacket, shacket, not sure what to call it really. The problem is that it doesn't fit, or it doesn't really button up in the front. And I didn't understand that, because I took his measurements, I looked at the pattern measurements, I looked at the finished garment measurements, I even measured the pattern because I was really concerned that it would fit around the chest, because he does kind of have a barrel chest. He's kind of, a broad-shouldered, barrel-chested kind of guy. And so he measured 44.5 inches at the chest, and so I made the size 44 to 46. And men's sizing is a little different. This is a true men's sizing. They give you the neck measurements and the sleeve measurements, things that we don't normally look at on women's patterns. And of course they have like size 38, 40, 42, and then they go 44, 46, 48, 50, and so forth. So the finished garment measurement at the chest for the size 44 to 46 is 52.5 inches. So that's a good 8 inches of ease, which I thought would be perfect for a kind of jacket, and it's a boxy fit, kind of an oversized, loose fitting type jacket for him. So I thought this would fit perfect. So I was really surprised when he could button it up right about to the sternum, but then it just, unless you pulled it, it wasn't going. And then the wool does have some give. So if it had absolutely no give, I don't know that we could even button it if he wanted to. And so I thought, well, what's the deal here? Because it's 52 inches. And I thought, well, maybe I made this, cut out the wrong size or something. So I actually measured the jacket. I took the finished one, and I found where, I guess the apex or the chest line would be, and I measured all the way around, and it came to 52 inches, and I got the tape measure, and I measured my husband, and it was 44.5, and I'm like, what gives? This doesn't make sense. So I'll put it on, and I'll try and show you this I guess the error is that the shoulders were too big, and that sort of threw off the fit. And that is something that I've been thinking about too, because I've noticed, and somebody pointed it out too, in wearing my patina blouse and some of the other things I've made, that my shoulder is just a little bit too big. And because, I have big boobs and I'm kind of, big chested, I've always bought, size extra large when I get ready to wear, just to make sure that it fits in front. And so I'm kind of used to everything sort of hanging off the shoulders. To me, that's normal. But now I'm realizing that no, my shoulder seam really should go here. So I should get the smaller size and then do an FBA to get it to fit in front. So that was, I guess, the problem with him. And let me show you what I mean, if I can explain it to you. So if I were to put it on, and here is the shoulder seam. So see, it's obviously, off of my shoulder. Now keep in mind that he's broader in the back here, and so when the shoulder is off like this, you can see where this sort of side seam and armhole meets, okay, and this is where the center of the jacket goes. Well, if I were to pull it up and pull this in where this is supposed to be, do you see how much further this comes over when this is right? And so the way it's fitting on him, it's like when I pulled the shoulder up where it was supposed to be, it just looked real awkward. There was just too much there so that this was sticking out. And then that then allowed this to move up under his arm, and then it gave enough room for it to come over and so that it could be buttoned in front. But because, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but because the shoulder is too big, and of course he has sort of a broader back than I do, it sort of ends here. So he buttons it up to about right here, and then, you know, we just have to pull it. So I'm thinking I can make this again and use maybe the size 42 at the shoulder and then sort of grade it out. But this is such a nice fabric, and it was very expensive. I think what I'm going to try and do, I'm just, you know, it's time consuming and it's frustrating, but more than that, it's scary because I've never done adjustments. So what I'm going to do is unpick, which is kind of hard because everything, like they had you do, I don't know if you can see, like a top stitch, and you know, this wool is kind of, it's just going to be hard to unpick a lot of it. But I think I might unpick it, bring in, you know, the sleeve or the shoulder a little bit, and then put the sleeves back on and see if that doesn't help the fit, and give him just a little bit more room so if he wanted to, he could wear it buttoned up. So this is my fail in process, I guess. I don't know. I'll ask him what he wants me to do. If it's fine the way it is, if he plans on wearing it open, then I'll leave it as is. But if he wants me to try and give it a go to see if I can shorten that shoulder length, then I'll see how that goes. Whew, that was wool. It is warm. So the next couple things I bought was some fabric to sew for my daughter, because she needs a little bit of a wardrobe refresh. So I said, hey, Linz, you know, how about if I made you a couple of long sleeve t-shirts with that, you know, because I don't know how she would react to wearing homemade clothes. I think she's open to it because she's seen me wear a lot, and she's even said, hey, that looks really cute, which makes me feel really nice when she likes what I make. So I said, let's go ahead and pick out some cotton jersey and we can make you a couple of shirts. And so let me show you the cotton jersey and the corresponding patterns that I'm thinking of for her. Now this I all purchased from my go-to art gallery, Cotton Jersey Place, Hawthorne Supply Company. The first one, boy, when I saw this, I almost wanted to keep it for myself. This is just a wide gray and kind of off-white stripe. And I thought what I would make with her, I talked about this in my last video because I want to make one for me, is the Liesl & Co. Henley t-shirt. The only thing that concerns me, and I want to bring it to her attention, is if you look at the pattern, you look at the picture and the model wearing it, and I don't know the woman's name, she's the designer of the patterns, but if you look at that top button, you can see that it doesn't lie flat. It kind of pulls a little bit. And I just want to make my daughter aware that, okay, you know, in ready to wear something, maybe it would lie flat, but I want her to be aware that that is not, you know, that's not a mistake. That's not, I mean, that's kind of how it looks. And if she's fine with it, then I'll go ahead and make it up in this. If she's not, then we need to find another pattern that she'd feel more comfortable wearing. I just want, you know, just little things like that. I think that, you know, you need to look at, because otherwise you think, oh, it doesn't fit. Really, it does fit. That's just the way it's made. So that's t-shirt number one. Then the next one, she picked out this pink. And at first I thought, pink, you know, it's kind of this girly pink. Wasn't too keen on it, but she is a true redhead. Not a strawberry blonde, not auburn. She has orange hair, orange eyebrows. She has gorgeous hair though, by the way. But she's a true redhead. And when she put this fabric up to her, it looked beautiful on her. It's just her color. It's a very beautiful color. And what I was thinking of making her with this pink cotton jersey is the Jennifer Lauren handmade Bronte top. And I really like it. Almost looks like you're wearing like a little bolero jacket with the little, I guess, I don't know, binding or whatever that comes here. So I'm thinking if she's, if she's up for it, if she likes the top, is using this and then getting a nice pretty button, either like a white or maybe some sort of pink iridescent or a white iridescent button to make the Bronte top. I don't know. We'll have to ask her what she wants and what she thinks. Then the third fabric she picked out is another stripe. It's kind of a yellow and thin white stripe. And I thought this would make a perfect Itch to Stitch Islari top. I think that's how you say it, Islari. That's a new pattern by Itch to Stitch. It has a really nice, interesting neckline. And actually, her name, I want to say Lena, but that's not her name. It just slipped my mind. The designer, she's actually wearing a thin stripe cotton jersey on the picture that she took. So that is what I have in mind for the yellow stripe cotton jersey. Then she picked out another solid, which is the denim blue. They call it, Art Gallery calls it their denim blue. Not sure which one this will be. I'll just ask her. Might be just a raglan sleeve tee. I don't know. I'll just ask her what she wants. So those are the 4 fabrics for t-shirts that I got for her, and 3 of the patterns that I have ideas for. Have to come up with a 4th one. Then I was noticing she is wearing this hoodie that is now way too big for her, and it has seen better days. Like, Linz, I hope she's not watching this video, but even if she is, Linz, it looks a little ratty. Okay, I know it's your favorite and all, but it's beginning to look just a little ratty, and it's definitely too big for her now. So I asked if I could make her another hoodie, and she's like, yeah, she was totally on board. She liked hoodies that zip up the front versus ones that, pull over. So I have the pattern, and I thought I would make her the Liesl & Co. neighborhood hoodie, because it is just your basic zip up the front hoodie. It has your little kangaroo pockets. And I was quite surprised because we went on the Lamazi website because I wanted to get See You at 6 French Terry, because again, I want to try and get her some really nice quality fabrics that she can wear these for a couple of years. Because she's going back to school, so she's not going to have she's going to go back and get her master's degree and then a couple of designations, so she's not going to have a lot of money for a couple of years. So I want to try and make her something that's going to last. And I was quite surprised that she liked this See You at 6. They call it Bridal Blush French Terry. And I don't know how it shows up on camera, but the colors in here, it's an off-white kind of cream background. This is actually a light purple or lavender. And then you have sort of a, I don't know, orangish, brownish color. And then you have, a green, like a forest green next to it. So this will be her hoodie. And I asked her today, when it arrived, I said, do you want your hoodie out of this? She's like, yeah, that's so cute. I like that. So we'll make this. And I thought that we would just do, I have an off-white rib knit for her cuffs and the band. So I don't know. Yeah. And again, that will be the Liesl & Co. neighborhood hoodie. And I might even make a sweatshirt for her. She says she's not really into the pullover ones, but I have enough fabric. Actually, yeah, I think I might have enough fabric to do 2 of those. So maybe I'll make me the sweatshirt and her the hoodie. I don't know. So that's one fabric. Then we got this other. I thought I would give it a try. Now this, I need to find out what they call it. I will put the name down here. It's on the Lamazi website. It's like their Splendor French Terry or something. And this is really interesting in that it is a French Terry because you can see the loop back. See, I don't know if the camera will show it up, but it definitely has the loop back of a French Terry. But it's very drapey and very, almost silky is the word. I mean, look at this. And, so it's much thinner. It has really good stretch, crosswise stretch. And then it actually has, I guess the stretch is this way. little bit this way, but a lot this way. And so we were talking about like a cardigan out of this. They're very limited in the colors that they have, but I got to tell you, I am so impressed with this fabric. I think they only had 2 colors, like a heathered gray and this sort of off-white, but I think it also comes in a green and maybe kind of a red or something. But I wish you could feel this fabric because it's just very, just kind of silky, but it's a French terry. So we'll probably do a cardigan, and she wants like a short cardigan. So I do have like an itch to stitch Lisbon cardigan pattern. So I think I might use that as a template and then sort of make some hacks along the way to make it a little more, what's the word? I don't know, youthful. I'll have to ask her opinion as to what she wants to, what type of cardigan she wants out of this. But you should really go on the site and check out this fabric. It's like order a sample or something. If you happen to be ordering other fabric from Lamazi, I would order a sample of this because I'll let you know how it sews up because I still have to wash it and dry it, do the pre-wash and then sew it up. And then so I'll let you know how it comes out after it's gone through the washing cycle and how it sews up. And then, I don't know why, but I just bought a regular off-white French terry. It's a CU at 6 French terry because I think I want a sweatshirt out of this because I have a couple of ideas on what to do with an off-white because I want to kind of embellish it some way. So I thought that the off-white would be the best way to do a little bit embellishment. I'm not sure exactly what, but the creative thoughts, they're churning in there. So hopefully I can make something really, really fun and creative out of this. Then I got some samples in. Okay, remember my Billy pants, my cargo pants? I had wanted to, okay, this is from Fabric Store Online. So I keep on, Fabric-Store Online. So I wanted a pair of cargo pants made out of linen because I think that's a great material for that pattern, and I think it's also a good material that will get me through probably until December, mid-December, and that's when we'd start getting cold. And then we're cold from mid-December to about, I don't know, mid to the end of January. From the mid-January to end, it's still cold and it's starting to warm up. And then from February, to let's say March, mid-March, again, it's cold, but it's not cold. So I think the linen would be perfect for those, except for those 4 to 6 weeks that are really cold. And I knew I wanted brown as my base color, so I ordered all these samples in different shades of brown. And I just need to figure out what I want to make as a shirt and then match it up against these samples. And I thought it was really nice because I don't know why, but they didn't charge me for it. They say that they're $1.50, but I think it was the first time I ordered from them, anything from them. So rather than charge me, they went ahead and just sent it to me for free. And so, again, I will look at these. I think what I'm leaning towards is this this brownstone right here. This brownstone or the cognac. I love that. I like them all. So these are the samples. I just need to figure out what I want to wear with it, match it up, order it, and then I can get started on those cargo pants, which I'm really excited about making. Then, in my fall wardrobe capsule, I wanted like a nice pullover sweater. I was thinking of the Vicky Sews Carol sweater, and the more I was looking at it, the more I thought, you know what? I think I would like that out of a really nice fabric. So I wanted to try and find like an alpaca or a cashmere. And I really couldn't find that. I was looking on Mood, I was looking at Britex, I was looking, everywhere. I came across this one place, it's called B&J's Fine Fabrics or something, which had ridiculously expensive cashmere. But I thought, let's just get a sample and see what it looks like. Now, I was disappointed in the color selection that they had because You know, I tend to want more neutrals and more warm neutrals. So the best that I could find is this. This is their taupe, their Falcon taupe. And yeah, it's definitely a cashmere. I'm not, you know what? I need to give this some thought because it's ridiculously expensive. And I need to do some research on cashmere because I don't know if this quality is worth the price. So they have a kind of, you know, this is the most neutrally brown that I got. Then they have kind of this, turmeric, I guess a turmeric or something. It's kind of an orangey yellow or a yellowy orange. Then they have this chartreuse, which I thought that's the only kind of, I don't know, warm green. And again, kind of shows up yellow on the camera, but it's kind of green. And then they have this kind of orangey, I think they call it, this is turmeric. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of an orangey one. I guess it feels really good. What I've been doing is I've been kind of like rubbing it together to see if it's going to pill, because you know how the underarm meets it. So I'm like seeing, okay, is it going to pill? What's the quality like? So the jury is still out on this. This is probably a no-go because the colors don't excite me enough to justify the cost. So, oh, and then in case you guys know, this is just a brown corduroy. I thought, let's look at the corduroy, but you know, it's just a brown corduroy. And look, they want $45 a yard for that. I don't think so. I can just get brown corduroy anywhere. And this wasn't anything different, I don't think, from any other corduroy. So those are the samples that I got. Okay, now on to sewing circles. So the two ladies and I, we finished our bomber jackets, and I don't want to show you my bomber jacket because we meet tomorrow, well, we meet Saturday, which would be tomorrow, and I want to show them first. So I don't want, you know, since I just want to show them first, and then I'll go ahead and post it because I really like how it turned out. I love the pattern. It had a couple of techniques that I had never done before, so I'm super glad I went ahead and made this. As I said, I like how it turned it out, and I think I might make another one. Maybe I'll make one for my daughter too as well. So the next patterns that I want to try from the Cashmerette Club are the Easton jeans and the Carlisle t-shirt. Now the Easton jeans are going to fill 2 of my slots, I guess. It's gonna be another Cashmerette Club pattern that I want to try out because, as I said, I need to see if this is a subscription that I want to still be a part of. I haven't been participating in it. I haven't been sewing many of the patterns, so I don't want to stop my subscription without giving it a good try. So I'm going to do the Easton jeans, so that'll take care of my Cashmerette, you know, kind of commitment, and then it'll also take care of the jeans that I want to make for my fall basics, you know, my 10 fall basics. So that's kind of like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Now I do have a lady who's going to be making the Miriam trousers by Cashmerette, and they're very similar to the Easton jeans. They have a very similar waistband and of course a fly zipper. So if you're interested in making the Easton jeans or the Miriam trousers with me and the Carlisle t-shirt or the Carlisle t-shirt and want to be a part of the Zoom meetings, we meet every Saturday morning, 6 a.m. I've been doing it 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time because the other 2 ladies who were sewing the bomber jacket with me are on the East Coast. Of course, depending on the mix that we get, we can always change that. But for now, the first meeting is going to be this Saturday, so tomorrow at 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you want to join the Zoom call, just send an email to pollysews22@gmail.com and I will send you a Zoom link, and then we can all join in at our whatever perspective times based on our time zone that we're in. Then another viewer reached out and was interested in making the Metra, the Love Notions Metra blazer. And that's another one that is on my list that I want to make. And so we're working together on how we're going to do that via Zoom. making the Metro Blazer together. So if you're interested in making the Love Notions Metro Blazer, again, go ahead and send me an email to the pollysews22@gmail.com, and we can figure out when and how's the best way to do that. I know that I still need to order fabric. I ordered some samples from Mood Fabrics to get some samples from their Ponte, and so we haven't yet set a time or a date that we would meet via Zoom for that, but we're narrowing that down. We'll probably have that here decided in a while. So that's all I've got for this week's Friday Sews. I really appreciate all your comments, guys, that you leave, all the likes that you give me. And if you're interested in subscribing to the channel to see all the garments that we're going to be making, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I will talk to you next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.